welcome back to another video. We are doing another Christmas set today on Pamela. So I've already gone in. Today I have used the CJP crystal tips on Pamela. I've trimmed them and shaped them, and I've also applied a really thin clear base. On this nail we're going to do a French nail, so I'm going in here with warm beige from Naio, and I'm going to create an extended nail bed. So I place my bead at the cuticle area, use the belly of my brush to pat that up, and use the tip and the side of my brush to bring that into a nice shape. Trying to keep my smile line nice and neat, but it doesn't matter because we will be going in and filing around it anyway. So I apply this and let this set. So whilst that's setting, I'll move on to the next nail. So I'm going on to the pinky and I am applying Santa's Grotto from Glitter Arty Nails. This is such a Christmassy, beautiful glitter. I absolutely love this. I'm using clear acrylic to apply this. So as always, I pick up my bead of acrylic, dip it into my glitter and then apply it to the nail. So I start at the cuticle area. If there's any sparse areas, I will just pick up a little bit of glitter and press that into the wet acrylic. Working nice and thin because we're going to encapsulate, and just trying to work nice and neat. The brush that I'm using is the CJP Big Boy brush. Then I will leave this to set before going in and encapsulating, just so that everything doesn't move about. So whilst that sets, I will move on to the next finger. On the ring finger, I'm going to do a candy cane style nail. It's almost like colour blocking. So I'm picking up coconut milk from CJP, placing that at the cuticle area, and then bringing it up ever so slightly and using my brush to create a wall. This is for the next colour to press up against. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight because I will go in and file it. So once I've created that, I will let that fully set before filing. So I'll move on to the middle finger. On this finger, I wanted to do a glitter ombre, but for some unknown reason, I started doing a white ombre. But I realised what I was doing, so I didn't worry about it. I didn't try and get it off. I just pick up my glitter, again using Santa's Grotto, picking that up with a wet bead of acrylic, placing it on the nail, and then feathering it down onto the natural nail plate. And then I'll fill the tip with glitter, and then I will let this set before going in with my nail bed colour, because I don't want to mix that colour into the acrylic or the glitter, or move any of that glitter. So whilst that one sets, I do go in and encapsulate the pinky nail, again using CJP's Crystal Glass. Next, I'm going to go back to the middle finger and create the ombre. So again, I'm using warm beige from Naio, and I pick up my bead and place it just below where the glitter meets the natural nail bed. Place that bead and then pull that up over the glitter slightly. I don't want to completely cover all of the glitter, but I do want to hide some of it and give it you can sort of see it underneath, if that makes sense. So I do that, and then I pick up another bead and place that at the cuticle area, again bringing that up over the nail slightly, and then I will leave that to set before encapsulating in clear. Then whilst that one's setting, I go back to my candy cane nail And this time I'm going in with a bit of glitter. So again, using Santa's Grotto, applying it to the nail with clear acrylic, working thin because I want to go in and encapsulate this bit. So once it's set a little bit, go over it with my clear, making sure that it is thick enough to create that wall for the next colour to press it up against. Don't worry too much about how neat this is because for each section you're going to file it. So I let this set and then I file it. And then at the end we will file. So don't worry about it too much about it being extra neat. Obviously don't do it too messy, but don't stress too much. Whilst that section is setting, I go back to the index finger and I'm going to create another smile line using coconut milk. So I'm just applying that around the smile line that we've already created. And yeah, applying that, working as neat as possible, but not worrying too much because again, I will go in and file it once it has fully set, making sure that I'm getting every nook and cranny. Again, don't worry about how messy this is going to look because we will be going in with an e-file and filing it all away to reveal some beautiful smile lines. So yeah, don't worry too much. Whilst that's setting, I'm going to go in and encapsulate the middle finger, starting at the cuticle area and then patting that up using the belly of my brush over the rest of the nail. And then I will go in with another bead as well. You want to make sure here that everything's covered, all the glitter's covered, so that when you come to file, you don't file it all off, and that also your thickness is a good thickness so they don't snap, and that your apex is in the right place. Obviously, I'm not too stressed about an apex on Pamela because she's not real, so she ain't going to be snapping them. But if this was on a client, I would make sure that it's got a nice apex as well. Then I went in and filed the glitter section and the smile line on the index finger using a 100 grit nail file. And now I'm going back in with CJP coconut milk and creating my next section of candy cane. Doing exactly the same, and as well on this nail, don't worry about the mess. And then I'll let that set and move on to the index finger. So on the index finger, I decided to go in with Santa's Grotto on the rest of the nail tip. Again, using clear acrylic to apply this, making sure I get it right down the wing of the nail and that everything is covered. And then I will encapsulate this in clear as well. So I'll let you guys just watch this bit and then I'll jump back on in a mo. Going back to the ring finger and going back in with the glitter, doing exactly the same technique as I've done for the other sections, applying my glitter and then encapsulating in clear, making sure I've got a nice thickness and wool to press the next colour up against. I did start getting a bit arsey with the whole waiting around. Obviously, if this was on a client, I'd have two hands to do. So I'd do one section on one hand and then go back to the other hand and do a section on that one, then back and forth, if that makes sense. So yeah, I did start getting a little bit arsey at the waiting around. So I cut out the filing, and to be honest, it didn't make that much of a difference. It still looked neat. Yeah, I just cut out the filing for each section. So I think I filed that section, and then here I just go in on the last two sections and just try and be really neat with my brush to save me time. And it did work. It still looked pretty. So again, going in with my colours and then making sure that wool is nice and neat, especially now because I'm not going to file. And then for the end bit, I go back in with the glitter and then just encapsulate it. So when that was setting, I did file the pinky finger and the middle finger just using a 100 grit nail file. And then I thought I'd keep this bit in view. So I go in on the ring finger and index finger using my electric drill. And this is just to remove the bulk and just basically save my arms a little bit. So I'll go in, my drill bit is from Melody Susie, and I have got it on the highest speed setting as well. So I just go in and remove the bulk, and then I will go back in and use a 100 grit nail file to file over the surface and just make sure everything is nice and crisp, and also to shape the nails as well. Then I'll buff over them using a white buffing block to remove any scratches. Once I was happy with the shape and stuff, I then got rid of the dust, and this is what we are looking like. So now it's time to go in with my favourite thing in the world, top coat. So I'm using the Nail Lounge Collection's Ultimate Gloss top coat, and I'm just going to top coat all of the nails and bring them to life. Look at that glitter. It's so beautiful. It just screams Christmas. So yeah, I top coat all of the nails and cure for 1 minute under LED, 2 minutes in UV. Oh, just look at it. Love them so much. I never really work with red glitters. So yeah, I thought I'd try and spice things up a little bit for myself and also for Pamela, and use red. Yeah, so once I'd applied that, cured it, it was the finished look. I did go in and do after this, I did a snowflake using gel paint in white on the middle finger. But I wasn't keen, so I decided to get rid of that and just keep them as they are. I think they look really pretty and really classy as well. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, please show the love and give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it so much. Any comments, leave down below for me, and I'll leave links for everything in the description box below and any discount codes that I have, and also my Instagram. Thank you so much. Love you all, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.